Hello students, welcome back to Nisha Academy video lecture sessions. Today we will continue with our chapter 3 Understanding Quadrilateral. We have almost completed the chapter. We have studied about quadrilateral basics, polygon and plane figures, diagonals, regular polygons. Also we studied about types of quadrilaterals and parallelogram. Today we will do our last exercise of the chapter and some extra sums which are related to the chapter. Our today's exercise is related to our some special parallelograms, its properties. So first we will quickly have a recall of these three special parallelograms so that you are brushed up with its properties, so it will be helpful to you to understand the sums. First is rhombus. Rhombus is a parallelogram with all sides equal. It has all the properties of parallelogram and kite. That means its opposite sides are equal, adjacent angles are supplementary, all sides are equal, opposite angles are equal, and it has one special property of diagonals. That means diagonal of a rhombus are perpendicular bisector of one another. We have studied that diagonals of parallelogram are bisector of each other, means they cut each other in equal part. Same way rhombus also cut them into equal part, but it also forms 90 degree. Wherever it cuts the diagonals, it form a 90 degree. So it is called perpendicular bisector. Next was rectangle. Rectangle is a parallelogram whose all angles are equal. Its all angles are 90 degree and it has following properties like opposite sides are equal, diagonals also bisect each other, and diagonals are equal in length, means the diagonals of rectangle are equal to one another. Last one was square. A square is a rectangle with equal sides. Square has all sides equal, all angles equal, its diagonals are also equal, and they cut each other. Diagonals are perpendicular bisector of each other, means they cut each other at 90 degree. So these were the three special parallelograms. Now we'll start with the sums. See, our first example is rice is a rhombus, means here is a rhombus you given, the name is RICE. Find the value of x, y, z, means there is a CR and EI are diagonals cut at O, and you have to find the value of x, y and z. Now we have already studied the property that rhombus has diagonals bisect each other. Bisect each other means they cut into two equal parts. Yes, so we can say that OC equals to OR and OE equals to OI. Therefore x equals to 5 and y equals to 12. Also z, if you see, ER is the side of a rhombus and rhombus has all sides equal, so z is equals to 13. Our next example is RENT is a rectangle. Its diagonals meet at O. Diagonals are meeting at O. Find x if OR equals to 2x plus 4 and OT equals to 3x plus 1. See, we have studied the property of rectangle that diagonals are equal. See, diagonals are equal means their equal part bisect each other are also equal. Therefore, we can say that 2x plus 4 equals to 3x plus 1. So we can say that 2x plus 4 equals to 3x plus 1. Now 2x goes to right hand side and 1 goes to left hand side. So 4 minus 1 equals to 3x minus 2x. So 4 minus 1 3, 3x minus 2x x. So x equals to 3. We have to find only the value of x. So we can say that x equals to 3. Now we'll start with our exercise 3.4. 3.4, consists of basic questions like true or false, and so it has more of theory part. We'll start with it. State whether true or false. All rectangles are square. It is asking that all rectangles are square, means rectangles can be said that they are square, which is false because the properties are not square. Same, square has all sides equal while rectangle does not have, so they are not square. All rhombuses are parallelogram. It means rhombus have all the properties of parallelograms, which is true. Why? Because its opposite angles are equals and diagonals also bisect each other. All squares are rhombuses and rectangles, means square has all the properties of rhombus also and rectangles also, which is true because like rhombus all sides are equal and like rectangle all angles are equal. All squares are not parallelogram, means square cannot be said as a parallelogram, which is false because square is one special type of parallelogram and it has all the properties of parallelogram. All kites are rhombuses, means kite follows the properties of rhombus, which is false because kites does not have all sides equal. All rhombuses are kites. Yes, we can say that. Why? Because rhombus has all the properties of kites. All parallelograms are trapezium, means parallelogram have properties of trapezium, which is true. While all squares are trapezium, which is also true. Why? Because square also has some properties of trapezium. Why? Because all square also have two parallel lines. Now second question is identify all the quadrilaterals that have four sides of equal length. And to write the type of quadrilateral which has four sides of equal length, which quadrilateral has that? Rhombus and square. Another is four right angles. Which quadrilateral has four right angles? Two, rectangle and square. Now our next topic is median. This is also one of the measures of central tendency. Now in the group of all observation, median gives us the middle observation, means which is in the middle of the observation, middle of the data. Median refers to the value which lies in the middle of the data arranged in ascending order with half of the observation above it and the other half below it. Means to find median, first we need to arrange the observation in ascending order. Ascending order means smaller to bigger, and then you can calculate the median, which will give you the middle number, middle observation. So half of the observation will be above median and half will be below median. Now what is the formula of median? As in the mean, the formula was sum of all observation divided by total number of observation. Same way in median it is n plus 1 upon tooth observation. What do you mean by n? N means number of observations. Now it will be clear to you with the example. 35, 32, 35, 42, 38, 32 and 34. These are the observation. Firstly, you need to arrange it in ascending order. To find median, first arrange it in ascending order. It will be 32, 32, 34, 35, 35, 38 and 42. So there are how many observations? 7 observations. If you count them, there are 7 observations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there are 7 observations. So it will be 7 plus 1 upon 2, which is equals to 8 upon 2, which is equals to 4th observation. Now in the data you have to see which is the 4th observation. First, second, third and 4th. So your 4th observation is 35. So median will be 35. Now you can see here there are 3 numbers which are less than median and 3 numbers more than median. So you have got the middle number, and that is your median. Our next topic next measure of central tendency is mode, which is very simple. You just need to remember that the mode of a set of observation is the observation that occurs most often, means the observation which repeats maximum time, that is your mode. See here you can see 1 1 2 4 3 2 1 2 2 4. So these are all observations given to you. Same way like median, first arrange them in ascending order. See, I have here arranged it in ascending order. 1 1 1 2 2 2 2 3 4 4. Now which number is being repeated maximum time? That is 2. Here 1 is repeated 3 times, 2 is repeated 4 times, and 4 is being repeated 2 times. 2 is being repeated maximum time, so mode will be 2. Now this mode is easy for data which is not so large. Some datas are only given, but if the data is very large, like here see there are so many datas, then how will you arrange them and find the median mode? It will be very tough. For that you need to form a table like this. Now whichever numbers are here represented, mention here and form a table. Now how will you form the table? By telemark system. We have already studied telemark system in your previous classes. Again I will repeat here so that it is clear to you. So telemark system means as the number repeats you have to draw the line. After 4 line, 5th observation will be a slanting line, that is your telemarks. And when you will count this, you'll come to know the frequency. Like in this example, there are 6 numbers: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And so one number is being repeated how many times? One number is being repeated 9 times. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. Same way 2 is repeated 14 times, 3 7 times, 4 5 times, 5 3 times, and 6 2 times. Now you need to calculate this all frequency. The total should match with this numbers of observation. So you will come to know that you have not missed any observation. Now which number has highest frequency? 14 is highest frequency. Which has it? 2. So your mode will be 2. So 2 number is being repeated maximum number of time, that is 14 times. So the mode will be 2. So now we'll look out to some examples. This much was your central tendency part, and now sums will be related to it. Now these sums are related to your exercise, so I have taken one example from the exercise. Next you will solve the exercise by your own. The question is, the rainfall in the city on 7 days of a certain week are recorded. Means they have recorded rainfall of whole week in a tabular form. Now you have to find the range of the rainfall. Now we know range means highest minus lowest. Which observation is highest? 20.5, and lowest is 0.0. So 20.5 minus 0.0 will give you 20.5. So your range is 20.5. Now find the mean rainfall. Mean, you have to find the mean. Means, what is the formula of mean? Sum of all observation upon number of observation. So you have to add all the observation, write all observation and then add. So you'll write all the observation, divide by. So how many observations are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So divide by 7. So it will be 41.3 upon 7, which is equals to 5.9. So what is your mean? 5.9. Now, on how many days was the rainfall less than the mean rainfall? Now, what is your mean? 5.9. So you have to look at the data that which observation is less than 5.9. 0.0, so it will be 1. 2.1 also, so 1, 2, 3, 5.5 is also less than 5.9. So 4 and 1.0. So how many days have less rainfall? There are 5 days who have less rainfall. Which one? Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday and Sunday. Now, the score in the mathematics test out of 25 or 15 students is as follows. These are some marks of scores of mathematics test. You have to find mode and median of the data. Now, how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So, n will be 15. To find median and mode, first you have to arrange them in ascending order. I have already arranged it. Now to find median, what is the formula? N plus 1 upon 2th observation, which will be 15 plus 1 upon 2, 16 upon 2, which is equals to 16 upon 2, which is equal to 8th observation. Sorry, it has moved somewhat. So 8th observation. Now count here. Which is the 8th observation? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So what is your median? 20. Now mode. Mode means whichever number repeats maximum times. Here it is clear from the observation that 20 is being repeated 4 times. That is maximum times. So mode will be 20. Now the question is, are they same? Yes, median and mode both are same. So we can say yes, median and mode are same. So this were the example and the first part of your chapter. Now you have to solve your exercise. Thank you. See you soon in the next lecture. Third one. Explain how a square is a quadrilateral. How can we say that a square is a quadrilateral? Why? Because a square it has 4 unequal lengths of. If a square can be said as a quadrilateral when it has 4 unequal length of side, means when its sides have unequal length. How can we say that a square is a parallelogram? Because since it contains both pairs of opposite sides equal. How a square is a rhombus? How can we say that a square can be a rhombus? It is already a rhombus. Why? Because all its sides are equals and diagonals bisect each other at 90 degree. How a square is a rectangle? A square is a parallelogram since having each adjacent angle at a right angle and opposite sides are equal. So we can say that a square can be said as a rectangle. Fourth one. Name the quadrilateral whose diagonals bisect each other. Now, diagonals bisect each other means which quadrilateral has property that diagonals bisect each other? One is parallelogram, rhombus, rectangle and square. Diagonals are perpendicular bisector of each other. There are only two, rhombus and square. And diagonals are equal, means a quadrilateral having diagonals equal, rectangle and square. Now you would have a confusion that rectangle and square are one type of parallelogram. But parallelogram is also one type of quadrilateral. So we can say that rectangle and square are one type of quadrilateral. Explain why a rectangle is a convex quadrilateral. Now, what do you mean by convex quadrilateral? We have studied in the starting of the chapter that convex quadrilateral means, convex polygon means whose diagonals are in the inside of the figure. Now convex quadrilateral means quadrilateral has its diagonals in the inner part of the quadrilateral. So a rectangle is a convex quadrilateral since its vertex are raised and both of its diagonals lie in its interior. Sixth, ABC is a right angle triangle and O is the midpoint of the side opposite to the right angle. Means you can see here it is a right angle and O is the midpoint. Explain how O is equidistant from A, B and C. To explain that, we would draw another right angle and this would form a rectangle. See, Since two right angles make a rectangle where O is equidistant from ABCD, because O is the midpoint of two diagonals. Since AC and BD are equal diagonals, we can say that O is equidistant from A, B, C and D. So this was our end of exercise 3.4. Now I have some listed extra sums which will be useful to you, which are related to the chapter. First, the angles of a quadrilateral are in the ratio 1:2:3:4. Now they have been given in ratio. Now whenever it is given in ratio, we'll have to break it down and attach a variable. So let the angles be 1x, 2x, 3x and 4x. Now by angle sum property of quadrilateral, 1x plus 2x plus 3x plus 4x equals to 180 degree. So tan x is equals to 180 degree. X is equals to, here it is in multiplication. As it goes to opposite side, it goes to division. So 180 divided by 10, x equals to 18 degree. Now you have received only value of x. So you have to find value of 1x, 2x, 3x and 4x, which is 18 degree, 36 degree, 54 degree and 72 degree respectively. Now second question. If the adjacent angle of a parallelogram are 2x minus 5 degree and 3x plus 10 degree, find the angles of a parallelogram. So see, adjacent, we have a property that adjacent angles of a parallelogram are supplementary. So 2x minus 5 plus 3x plus 10 equals to 180 degree. First join the like terms. So 2x plus 3x minus 5 plus 10 equals to 180 degree. 2x plus 3x 5x minus 5 plus 10 plus 5. So 5x plus 5 equals to 180 degree. Now here it is in plus. As it goes to opposite side, it turns to minus. So 5x equals to 180 minus 5. Now here 5 is in multiplication. As it goes to opposite side, it goes to division. So x is equals to 175 divided by 5. X is equals to 35 degree. Now putting this value of x in 2x minus 5 and 3x plus 10. So 2 into 35 minus 5, that is 70 minus 5 equals to 65 degree. 3 into 35, 105 plus 10, which is equals to 115 degree. Last sum, a pentagon has interior angles measures following. You have been given measures of interior angle of a pentagon. See, although you have been given interior angles, but there is x, so you will have to find the value of each. Firstly, you have to find the sum of interior angles of pentagon. What was the formula? N minus 2 into 180 degree. So 5 minus 2 into 180, that is 3 into 180, 540. Now we have to add them all. X plus x minus 4 plus 2x minus 10 plus 2x minus 5 plus 2x plus 15 equals to 540 degree. See, here also the same way, first you will take all variables together and or constant terms together. Then you will add them. It will be 8x minus 4 equals to 540 degree. Here it is in minus. As it goes to opposite side, it goes to plus. So 544. Here 8 is in multiplication. As it goes to opposite side, it goes to division. So 544 divided by 8, which is equals to 8 equals to 68 degree. Now putting x value in all, x is equals to 68 degree. X minus 4 equals to 68 minus 4 equals to 64 degree. 2x minus 10, that is 2 into 68 minus 10, which is equals to 126 degree, 131 degree and 151 degree. So these are the basic sum which can be asked to you, and here we complete our chapter today, understanding quadrilateral. See you soon with the next chapter. Thank you.